Going from a plane to boat is really weird. I think the idea of a cruise sounds cool, but I also don't like the idea of being trapped on a big boat in the middle of the ocean with a bunch of like kind of gross people, you know? You were on a cruise and it was boring as I feel like people go on cruises for like, I don't know, you go on cruises to like do some kind of sketchy shit, eat like sketchy food, but it looks good, but it's probably packed with like fiber, so you need to because it's otherwise just like not good. Is there one of those things on vacation you sleep the entire time on the ship and you don't even go on excursions? Yup. Have you been on cruises, crap? I never went. And also by excursions you mean like, let's say you took a cruise to like the Caribbean and you stop in the Caribbean for like a day or two. You like people get off the boat and they go see the island. Do they just go see stuff though? You know? Cruises are fun if you buy the unlimited alcohol packages, but I don't really drink like that. I really don't drink like that. I actually don't enjoy drinking like that much. I mean, I will, but like, I just don't care, right? Like, yeah, here's how it goes, right? Nothing, still the same, just a little less motor function, still the same certain person, still the same person. Blackout. And it just isn't a good time for me, you know? Maybe I'll feel in my head like, whoa, like, you know, like, don't have all the proper motor functions, but like, I can still control everything, no problem. But then you just fall into the blackout range, and it's like, well, that wasn't a good time. Blackout twice was not fun. Waking up next. I've only had a hard blackout once. It was bad though. It was bad. Bad. I drank a deadly amount, like literally deadly. You never want to drink again? I don't mind social drinking. I'll drink with friends and shit, but most there's a lot of people that like to drink like casually. I don't like drinking casually. I drink with 2 speeds, 0 or we're heading for fucked up Bill. You only drink competitively. Okay, dude. Tipsy and drunk. I don't even have a tipsy face. I literally have 2 speeds. There's only 2 speeds. It's why it's boring for me. You know? Because it's like, I know where the edge is. I know where it is. I know like what I can feel it when I'm at it. And it's like, fuck, I'm at nothing right now, but if I tip it a little further, I'm just gone. It's like disappeared. Like I won't even know where I am. And it's like, that's ass. I don't even drink like much other stuff. I drink like even nowadays I drink 3 things. I drink water, I drink milk, and I'll drink like an occasional either like hot chocolate or like something like kind of special. You drink too fast. I drink 4 in the past tipping point. By the time you start feeling it. Yeah, speed is definitely an advantage. It's definitely a way to go fast and you know, hit stupid town real fast. But otherwise though, it's like day drinking. It's why I never like day drinking. Like everyone always says like, oh, day drinking is the best, and it's like, dude, I hated it because like, dude, you'd start at like, I mean, I don't know when normal people started, but like, started like 9 to 11 a.m. and then by like 5-6 p.m. you're feeling like death. But it's around the point where everyone's like, oh, like we could still go out tonight though, and it's like, bro, none of us making it. And then some people start going, oh, I'll just take a quick nap. I'll go take a quick nap. And then they go off to take a quick nap and it's fucking 10:30. You know, and then it's just a nightmare. It's never a good time. I don't know why people enjoyed it so much, you know? Winter thanks to 4 months we should do. You want to take a nap, Craig? I feel you, buddy. Dude, I slept in like crazy. I was up to like 5 a.m. last night. I'm on my night schedule again. It's bad. I need to flip it back. Yeah, I never understood day drinking. Day drinking to me always made no sense. You're basically just setting yourself up for a fucking nightmare of a night, because especially depending on what time you started, your hangover can kick on before you went to like at night. Like it could be like 11:30 at night and you got a hangover now. Like that's ass. That's awful. It's a marathon, not a sprint. True. You're not wrong. But like it's also just like it's like a marathon where depending on like if you're outside, like is it hot, is it super sunny, is it not super sunny, you're fighting the sun and shit. Like I'll never forget, I've told this story before. Okay, all right, story time. So when I was in college, I had some friends from high school, and I still am friends with most of them. They were very well-off people. They just kind of were. One of them, I had kind of a falling out with him over some low-key kind of serious shit, but like at the time, like, you know, him and his family were always really, really good to me, so I felt bad about it, but like, it was like a morals ordeal. But I used to stay at his house all the time during the summer, you know, because they had like a mansion, and I basically had my own room in his house, which was kind of low-key lit. But they had a summer house, and I say house, but it was more like a compound. It was like down the part of Massachusetts called the Cape. It's like vacation area. It was basically it's super private, like almost like in the woods, but it's right on the water. You drive in and there's like house, big ass garage with a 1965 Stingray Corvette, mint condition, and then like a loft above it, and then another house, and they like own that whole thing. And they would have, there was always like a time in the summer where it was him, like he was just two siblings. It's him and his sister. So like for like a week, he could have his friends down, and then there was a week where his sister could have her friends down. So it was our week to have time down. Now, they're very southern / midwestern family. So we always actually got the first week that the place was open, and they did that on purpose so that like basically our job for staying there was to make it livable and nice. You know, go around, turn the water on, turn the power on, you know, put sheets on all the beds, you know, like prep the whole place and make it nice. Like get the boat ready, because they had a boat. Of course they had a boat. Get their boat ready, so that when their dad came down to like put it in the water and shit, like everything was good. And that way it was like, you know, we were like kind of doing our part to get to stay down there for a week, which is fine. There was no problem with that. Actually, I actually kind of respect that way of living a little bit, because they had a lot, and they did a lot. They did their best to try to make sure that even though he had everything he could ever want, they still like made him do work, which is more than a lot of people do. So we go down. We had our day at the beach, right? And there's a bar down the Cape, a super famous bar. But there's also like a really famous beach down there. It's technically a private beach. Like you're only supposed to go if you live there. But like people don't care. They just go, you know? And so me and I think like it was like 8 or 9 of my friends went. It was like me. I think there was about 8 or 9 of us total. So I think it was like 7 of us. And then his mom and like one of her friends also went, but they just drove us. And basically what we did was they had this old Chevy pickup, like this old like 2002 Chevy pickup that they just kept down there, and it was an extended bed, like long cab bed, and so basically all of us rode in the back, and then like his mom and like her friend like whatever drove us down. And so super illegal if you think about it, but like it's a part of the world. Like they just don't care, like they just don't follow the rules of everybody else. So it's like, you know, us driving down to the beach all on the bed of a truck was like fine. Like we literally went by like cops and shit. They waved at us like hi. So that was a bit of a surreal experience. But anyways, we go to the beach and we were day drinking. You know, we went. We brought a bunch of like not a ton of stuff, but a couple coolers, chairs, you know, stuff like that. And we had a good time. But we're also like college kids drinking at the beach, and you know we didn't bring everything you're supposed to, you know, like not everyone have like hats and like shade umbrella type of fucking thing, you know what I mean? And I was just along for the ride. I'm literally just a dumbass broke kid, so I just was like, fuck it, dude, I'm in. And so you know, everyone just gets kind of like stupid fucked up, and we start to notice that, you know, 1 or 2 are starting to like past the point of like what we would consider fucked up to the point of like, you doing okay? Kind of like, you know, like, hey, you doing all right? Like, all good over there? Well, it turns out we hadn't learned this yet, but I'll jump ahead really fast. Turns out they had not sunburned, they had sun poisoning because of being out in the sun for so long, drinking, not being that well hydrated. It was really hot and sunny, no sunscreen, you know. So after a bit, we're kind of like, yeah, maybe we're not feeling too hot. Maybe we should go back. And, you know, everyone was really, like, kind of fucked up. And so we found, like, his mom who drove us was like, hey, like, can we go back? And they were like, already? And, we were like, yeah, so-and-so ain't doing too hot. His name's Hunter, actually. We were like, Hunter's not doing too good. That's her son. And she's like, what? And like, she saw him, was like, how much did he have? It's like, actually not that much. Like, I was like, I've actually seen him drink way more than he drank. Like I was like, wait a minute, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, he wasn't even going that hard, to be real with you. And so, you know, we have like coolers and shit, but this beach is not a normal beach. It's not like, it's a private beach. So the way you go up and down from the beach is a sand dune that, I'm not fucking with you, is like this. It's like this. It's a sand dune, like this. And you have to climb up the sand dune to get up to the parking lot. Now, there's no wood stairs, there's nothing. Thinking back, if you were like elderly or someone like who couldn't walk the best, I actually don't know how you would get up from the beach. Like, I genuinely don't know. So, there's like 2 or 3 of the group that are not doing too hot. And one of them, my friend who actually plays in the NFL now, he's like, I'll help get him up. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll grab Hunter and we'll try to get him up. And so I have this cooler, and then I have this dumbass, and he's not small. And so he's like half walking, half not walking. And I got this fucking cooler. We're on this goddamn sand dune. And I literally cannot explain to you how much pain I was in that day. Because every time I took a step up this sand dune, I slid 3/4 of the way back down. Because it's sand. And because me, plus him, plus his fucking cooler, was so heavy that every time we took a step, we slid back down. It took, I'm not even joking, it took me about 15 minutes to get this fucker up the sand dune. And around like the 6 or 7 minute mark, I don't remember who it was, somebody came back down and said, let me help you. And I was like, okay, cool. And I thought they were gonna grab him. They grabbed the cooler and left. And so, that wasn't the hard part. The hard part was him. So, I finally got him to the fucking top. And I was dying. I was so exhausted. I was like, first off, we were drinking, so I was I was already beyond dehydrated. It was hot as shit. It was sunny. We finally got him up and in. And we get him into the bed, bring him back. Bring everybody back. That dude slept for like a day and a half. Was gone. Just literally disappeared. Like, just didn't see him for a whole day and a half. And when he finally woke up, he was like, yeah, dude, that was awful. I've never felt that bad ever. And so, that was basically the day I finally said, you know what, dude? I don't think I want to day drink anymore. Because if I didn't have to carry this fucker up this sand dune, I don't know how he would have got back. To be fair, one of my friend Mo probably could have came back down and got him, but he'd already carried somebody else's dumbass up. So he was exhausted, but so was I. So like, it would have been doable, but my God, dude, it was ass. It was ass. I mean, to be fair, I enjoyed the vacation because we got to be there for a few more days. You see him in the hospital? No, he just went home and slept. That was it. He went home, took a nap. He just was gone. He took a nap, woke up at night, drank some water, and then he went back to sleep for like a day. Didn't see him. Always pack water. This is the part of the conversation where it's important to remember that we are just a bunch of dumb college kids at the beach. What's the important things as a college kid to go to the beach? A hat, sunglasses, maybe a chair or two, / a towel or two, and then the alcohol. And then you're good to go. like, you gotta think about that one for a sec. Yeah, he was just red. Like, he was just literally, it was actually so red that he was like almost purple. Like, I've never seen that before. Like, his skin was so red, it was basically purple. You know, it was like a dark, it was like an apple. Like a red delicious apple. Is made with water, so there is water. Yeah, pretty much true. Like a radish? Yeah, kinda, actually. Kinda. Yeah, it was bad, though. It was bad. But yeah, that was basically the start of my brain maturing and going, maybe this isn't a good idea. Like, I was like, I feel like we were a lot closer to get, like, to fucking up than we realized, you know? It was one of those times as a kid, you're like, nah, it's fine, it worked out. But if you think back at it as an adult, you're like, holy fuck, we almost got screwed. You know, like, oh man, it could be bad, dude. It could be really bad.